Right. Alright, hi people, we're live again. Once again. Right, greetings. Right, today we have today's show. SHARENIKA. How do I say your name again?
It's SHARENIKA.
Oh, SHARENIKA.
And JASMINE.
Alright, cool. Right, SHARENIKA, you ready? You can come in and talk and let us know where. Go and introduce yourself and where you are and what you're going to be talking about and what tell us what your show's about.
Hey, so my name is SHARENIKA Lachey. The show today will be about rejection. I am based out of Georgia in United States.
Okay, who's your guest and your host for today?
So my co-host is Jasmine Williams, and our
Hi, and your guest is?
And our guest is Valerie Brown.
Okay.
And we'll be talking about rejection today.
Okay, what kind of rejection?
Basically in life, from rejection from friends, rejection from family, rejection from like basically everything in life, and like how rejection can sometimes hinder you in life.
Okay, all right, girl, it's all yours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Bless Radio with Unify. Our main host today is SHARENIKA Lachey with co-host Jasmine, all the way from America. And her guest is a few. SHARENIKA, can you introduce to our
Brown? She's based out of Georgia as well, and so she's the owner of Valerie Sweet Treats. She do full-time entrepreneurship, and I mean, she's a mother, she's a go-getter, she's a spiritual friend. I mean, the all-in-one type of person. So I thought she would be the great person to be the first one on the show. So here she is, Valerie Brown. Hello everyone.
Hi Valerie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
How you doing,
I'm
Valerie?
doing good.
Welcome to England, London. You're coming live to London. So nice to hear you.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh, you never know you was live to London.
Repeat that, Bless.
No, I'm saying I'm welcome. I said welcome to the sister. I'm letting her know that you're listening to Bless Radio and you're live to London.
Yes. And so today's topic gonna be about rejection.
Okay, go ahead.
And we also, and just to give you an update, we also live in the United States. And so just for the viewers, or if you're able to call in at Bless Radio based out of London, UK. And so she's going to basically talk about herself and then go into the topic. So you got the floor then.
Okay, go on.
Hi, well, she introduced me. I'm Valerie. Like she said, I have my own business, Valerie Sweet Treats. So,
yes. So basically, so how long you been doing the Valerie Sweet Treats?
so I've been doing the Valerie Sweet Treats for 10 months.
Hello.
2 months.
We're here, Bless.
Yes, carry on. I can hear you, darling. Carry on. So you've been doing sweet treats for how long?
She said, how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it for 10 months now. Valerie Sweet Treats.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And so what made you, what started you off? What made you wanted to bake treats?
So, my aunt, Doris, she passed away of breast cancer. That was something that she liked to do. And I used to watch her from a little girl into her passing. So I took up the things that she liked to do, and that was baking. So I have a passion for baking. God has blessed me. So I've been going hard in the kitchen. Just baking all different kind of sweets. I do all cakes, covered strawberries, cupcakes, um, candy apples, like chocolate covered apples. I also have different flavors: strawberry, crunch, blueberry, red velvet, key lime, um, birthday cake. So I'm literally like doing different flavors, and I have new alerts coming up soon.
That's awesome. So let's get to the topic. So with rejection, I'm sure we all battle rejection throughout our lifestyle. Some people deal with more rejection than others. Some people deal with rejection in different situations. So, I want to talk about rejection. So, when did you first start feeling rejection, and how did it affect your lifestyle?
Well, coming up as a child, everybody thinks you have the perfect life, like everything's okay. First rejection came from friends and family. When people don't accept who you are, and they question your lifestyle, what are you doing, how you doing it. It really takes you to a place of depression when you're being
So, as for depression, how long did, like, when you go through your depressed mode, how long did you stay depressed?
Woo! What's so crazy is because I'm literally just learning myself and coming out of my depressed mode like some weeks ago. We bury stuff and we always saying, oh, it's okay, it's all right. When people do things to you, and my mindset was always saying, oh, it's okay, it's okay. That these things are not okay and they're not all right, but you're accepting these things because you try not to let it get the best of you. So with that being said, it was a lot of things done to me, and all I kept saying was it was okay, it was okay, it's all right, because I couldn't go to people and talk about the things that has been done to me. So I had to like keep it in the inside, and I was crumbling into million pieces in the inside because I couldn't talk about the things that when I felt rejection, depressed, because I didn't want them judging me. So I literally let that just really took over my life. And I literally I got on Clubhouse and got deliverance from a lot of things that I was holding in the inside. Rejection can call you.
Oh, you go ahead. We got a question from a caller came in. You can finish the last.
Rejection really can bring you to a place where you don't want to be here no more. But I was always the type of person. I always knew God, and always praying and asking God to see me through my hard times. The more that I wanted to give up, the more that I had to continue to pray. The more I wanted to say I want to call it quits, but the more I kept trusting God in what I needed for Him to do for me. Rejection can go a long way, because those generation curses can be carried down to your children. So you try to pray those generation curses before they connect to your child.
So one of the questions from that called in, they want to know, what age did the rejection start?
My rejection started at the age of 13. 13 years old.
And another question, what happened, like, parent or mother, dad, and etc. Like, they want to know, some callers that came in want to know, like, basically what happened. Well, what made you feel rejected?
I never took Jesus, thank you, Lord God. So rejection, it came from like my mom and my dad. You know how you really just want that love from your parents, and sometimes the reason why you can't get that love from your parents never experienced the love that they needed, or they feel like they didn't get it, so they don't know how to love their child. So that's where the rejection come in. And so like now I'm in a place, like, for years though, I learned how to so that I won't carry that with me. I try to be there for my children so they won't feel like I'm rejecting them, because I felt like this ever since I was a little girl. So it's really hard. It's to say that, and because you want to talk to your parents about these things, but you don't want them to feel broken or hurt. So you battle this stuff by you. Well, why you never spent time with me? Like, why you never want to do this, or why we could never have a mama date or a father date, or let's go get our nails and toes done, or just little stuff. But like when it came to like basketball, like my mom was always there. Like when it came to basketball and stuff like that. But the stuff that like I really needed her to be there for me, I didn't feel that love. It's not that I have anything not against her, but I just wanted her to know where I was coming from. So yes, it came from feel like I wasn't being loved. Like nobody didn't want to listen to me. Nobody really knew where I came from. Like it comes with a lot.
Wow, that's amazing.
I have a question. Valerie, do you think the rejection that you experienced, do you think that's what causes you to strive so hard in your area of expertise with your baking?
Yes, and it does. It has a lot to do with it. Like when I tell y'all stuff that has been told to me in my childhood, like I was never gonna be nothing. I was always gonna be a welfare mom. I don't want nothing in life. Like I always been a go-getter. When I tell you, I started doing hair at the age of 10. I started doing hair 13 hours. Literally, people was paying me to do their hair. That's how good that I had got.
Wow.
I've been doing hair ever since. And then I went from doing hair, I went to decorating. I went doing nails, and now I'm baking. Like I do these things of love that's gonna bring me out what I'm going through. So as I'm doing these things, it's building me up to get where I need to be in life, so that I can have something, so that my children can fall onto. So now these things are my passion, because I know that I love it, and I do it with love. So when I'm baking, I do it from the core of my heart. It's like, okay, what would the people like? Okay, God, I need you to touch my hands. I need you to, so these people can continue to come back to me, God. I need you to continue to give me these recipes back to back. I need for you to do good things in my life, so that I can better myself, so that I don't have to worry about, what I'm not doing right. People coming to me what I can't do, and I know that I can do the things that God has called me to do.
I don't mean to cut you off. Someone called in. They wanted to let you know that you were very brave.
Wow. Thanks.
And Bless, can you put the other question up that someone else called in? Because I didn't get a chance to see the last question.
It says another caller wants to know, were you abused at home physically, or did you face any racism within your community?
Everybody. Well, to be honest, everybody. I am a person, an all-around person. It's like everybody likes me, and everybody comes to me with their packages. Everybody comes to me with a lot. But I take on those things like I'm not battling anything. So, but as I'm strengthening other people, God is strengthening me. So a lot of people don't know this, and it's nobody knows these things. Me being touched, I never talked about it. I never said anything about it, because I didn't want people to be mad at me or upset with me, or say, "Oh, you just saying that," or "It's a lie." So I never could go to my mom or my family to really tell them like really the stuff that I was dealing with, because it was dealing with people in the family, like relationship rise with their significant others, and it used to be hurtful. And I used to hear, "Oh, she ain't nothing but a hoe, and she ain't nothing but this." I deal with that stuff on a daily basis, but I charge it to the game and say, "Okay, it's all right." So I buried these things down, because I didn't want anybody to be mad at me or upset with me. So yes, I deal with a whole lot of things, being in my sleep, people touching me. Let's do this, and I'm like, "No, you talk to this person, that person, they close to me, they like my ride or die," little stuff. I had to deal with those things and had to keep those things inside. So yes, so God is like dealing with me with a lot of things.
So another question came in from London. Who was your support mechanism?
My support was my aunt. My aunt Doris was my biggest support. And like, when I say my biggest support, like, she was my biggest support. Like, this lady prayed for me. This lady, anything that I needed, down to my children being sick, me have to take them to the hospital. Like, my aunt was my right hand, like my right hand. And when she left me, nobody knew. I fell in pieces, and nobody never knew my hurt, because I was always making sure that everybody was okay. Are you good? You gonna be okay? And I learned how to cope with this every day, knowing that she gone and I can't talk to her. I can't tell her my problems, and I'm the type of person now in my life, I can't trust anybody, and I feel like I can't tell people that the stuff that I need to tell them, because it's all just inside. And I don't have a lot of friends that has betrayed me, so it's like, I can't talk to you about this. I can't tell you this. So I just thank God for growth and just helping me to get through what I'm going through.
So one of the wanted to let you know they love you too, and to remain strong.
Thank you.
Valerie.
Yes.
What I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give our listeners about channeling your pain and putting it into such a positive way that you have, as far as finding what they're good at, and finding something else to focus on and bring a positive out of the negative?
The first thing I'm gonna say, keep God first. If you keep God first, anything is possible. When you feel low in spirits, always go to God. Go to God about everything. Sometimes we want to go to friends. Sometimes that's not the case, and sometimes that's the case. You can go to friends. You can vent to them. SHARENIKA is one of the friends that I literally go to about everything. And I know and I'm like, God, get her strength back. When she birthed in me, I pray back into her, even when she don't even know it. Even when I feel her spirit is in a low place, I still pray her back to what she needs to be. Like I said, always keeping God first. Even if you got to listen to gospel get me through a whole lot of things. Me listen to gospel, me reading scriptures, me listen to sermons on YouTube. It's a lot of things that keep me motivated. And one thing about what keep me motivated, my children keep me motivated. If I didn't have my children today, because I wanted to call it quit plenty of times, but when I look back over my life, I was like, oh, God brought me God has brought me a long way. And it's like, okay, my children need me, because if I'm not here, who's going to take care of what I have birthed out and God has blessed me with? So my children motivates me is to continue to go strong, even in my lowness, even when I can't even see my way. God is still good and he's still faithful, because God say, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I will not put more on you than you can bear. So you got to continue to trust God in the midst of your dark place. So that's where I get my motivation from, is to know that God is with me in the midst of it all. And I know that my auntie is watching down on me, even when nobody else knows. I know that she knows, and she motivates me. So that's the thing, because she was a go-getter. She made me want to be a go-getter.
Ooh, good question that came in. Is the father of the children around?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, he's not. No. Okay, that's another thing. And I was just talking about this. This is so powerful, because let me tell you, the question that they're asking is super power, because guess what? No, they're not. And guess what? That comes in with rejection. Being with people for years, and you in the same house, and they still say that those are not the children. You don't got DNA for these children. You don't need everything that the government requires, and the father still deny your children, still say they don't have children by you. That's what I had to deal with. And guess what I always used to say? It's okay, it's all right. But guess what? God has strengthened me, but I was hiding these things like, oh, it's okay, but no. My kid's father is not in their life. Do not contact them. Do not have no dealings with them at all. And guess what? My children is one of them is grown. She's getting ready to be 20. And my son is in high school. He's in 12th grade. He's getting ready to graduate this year. And my daughter is in the 10th grade. My baby girl is in the 10th grade. And my son is in the 6th grade. So I have 4 children. and their father is not in their life. They do not do anything for them. And it's, you know what, when it comes to that, I know God has made me to be the best mom I can be. And so it's a lot that comes with that. But when I tell you can get through anything, when you got God, God is their father. And so I tell everybody, I don't want to hear no parents say, oh, I can be a father to my children. No, you can't. You cannot do what a man do, but all you can do is be the best mother that you can be, and go strong. To continue to strengthen you through a time like this, because it get overwhelming.
How's that? Okay, another question came in. How does that affect your children? Repeat that question again, the last part of the question. I saw the top part.
It says, so they know about him rejecting them. Have your children been affected by the same rejection that you have? Do you think it'll fall on them as well?
Yes, but I always question, like, my kids, my children are awesome. They're smart. They're so talented and that. So when I ask my children, because I do question my children, I ask them, do they hurt that their father not in their life? And my children would say, shoot, I forgot I had a daddy. Or they would say, he ain't did that for me, so it don't matter, or whatever. And then I let them know, I say, well, he ain't did nothing physically, but he do send y'all child support. I try not to talk bad about their daddy. I'm not that type of parent that downright talk about a father, because guess what? God will deliver them, even if it's too late. He'll still deliver them on their bed. So at this point in life, like, yes, they hurt, and I know that they hurt, because my son used to act out, but he grew out of it. When I tell you, he used to give me a hard time. That's my oldest son, and now he told me, we had a conversation. He told me, he said, that's why I act out, because all I wanted was my daddy in my life. And I would call this man and tell him, and he would like, well, call the police, or on your own child, would just get him and just minister to him and, get him that fatherhood. And it wasn't that. I can't do that with him. I can't. Now do what you got to do. But you know what? That kept me motivated. I was like, who finna call the police on their own child? Who? Not me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, mother, I had to get on the mother stage and start praying and talking to God. I'll say, God, I need you. God, I need you to touch my children right now. God, I need you to come and touch their heart, oh God. Tell them that it's okay, that you going to make a way out of no way. So that's what I know it do. I know it do, because my daughter's done said stuff to me which I don't want to say, but have said, I want to say but I can't say, have said stuff to me like, man, I go there, then they can give me my one, like their father love. But you have to tell your children, and the Bible said, I'm thy mother all the days of our life. So I make that scripture real clear to them, even though sometimes you can depart your way and go your separate ways, but you still got to show your child the right way to go, to raise them up the way they go.
That's so true. That's so true. I'm glad you said that.
Question, SHARENIKA?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I? I have to say, you are very strong, definitely very strong lady, and you're young. I can tell you're very young. And it's true. A woman to a woman. When we are mothers, the first thing that comes to our mind, how do we protect our kids? And the reality is, we do deep down feel very saddened when our partners and our fathers, our children don't side by us. And then on top of that, they're rejecting them as their kids, which is even a worse, it's a killer for us mothers. Maybe a lot of people won't agree with me, but I understand where you're coming from. As a mother myself, for me, my children are everything, and they are the spirit and the strength that keeps us going, like you just said. But deep down, the truth, I want to know about, you. The guy's not there, and as a mother, there's only so much we can do. There are times when we say, God, man, I wish there was a man in the house, or there's some male role model around for them to just look up and feel a bit. I'm not saying the kids have to be scared, but they know there's someone there that's got authority. Even though we as mothers have done, I'm not saying for once that you've not done brilliant. I know you've done good with your kids. I've had to bring up my kids by myself. It was not easy. It's tough. It's very tough. Especially when it's boys, it's a different ball game altogether. So I want to ask you, did you ever feel like some point in your life, with all the rejection going on, that maybe I should have had a male figure there? I mean, was your father a male figure there for you, or was he not there for you? Anyone else that was there for you?
No. No. When I tell you, no. But I had a granddad. I had I had my granddad coming up. That's my mom. That's my mom, dad. Then I also had my dad. My dad. He always been a major. My granddaddy died. I was the age of 11, 11 or 13. My granddaddy died, and that was the closest thing to me, to a man. And then my granddad, dad, like, always been there for day one. They always took time out with me. My granddaddy on my dad's side has been father to me. I'm talking about like there for me, even when I'm having something, or like when it came down to graduation, my grandparents stepped up. My grandma and my granddaddy, like my granddaddy is, I can call him my daddy. That's the best thing that has happened to me, and I can go to him and talk about everything, even if it hurts. But you know what? Hurts grows you. It gets you in a place where you need to be. So my granddad always talked to my children, especially my son. Like when I feel like a lot going on, my granddaddy talked to them, and I also have two brothers too. So I really haven't never called my brother now for anything like to help me with my son or whatever. But now that my they have started like calling my son and stuff, interacting with him and stuff like that. But no. Never had a man in the house, anything.
Okay, another question came. Would you fall in love despite of all the rejection? I didn't get a chance to see the full question.
It said, would you fall in love despite all the rejection? And the second question, would you forgive the people who hurt you so much?
I have. You can't move in life. When you get hurt, bitterness, and you cannot forgive the people that hurt you. I've been forgave the people that hurt me, down to a baby daddy, my mom, my dad, just a lot of people I have forgiven because I need what God got for me in this season. I need for what God has for me. I need everything. I need all my blessings. I don't need nothing to be held up. So you have to let go and let God. And everybody always say, I can't do that. I can't do that. You can do anything you put your mind to. If you trust God, God is your healer. So, love again, yeah, they don't stop me because you never want to miss out on your best and what God has for you. So, I can love again. Because guess what? When I go in that relationship, everybody's not the same. So, you learn different things from different relationships. So, yes, I can.
That's powerful. And I can speak on it myself as well because I also went through rejection, feeling like I'm a black sheep and this, that, and the third. And so, like I told Unity and Bless, I was raised up in the church faithfully as a young girl. And growing up, I was like, just seeing a lot in the church and seeing how a lot of people in church was acting and being fake, gossiping. And I'm like, if all of y'all doing this, then what's the purpose of us even going to church? So I was like, when I get old enough, I'm not going back to church. But when I made that decision to like not go, it's like I got judged and I felt love from the street. So I started doing more stuff where I was getting love from. And so it was like one thing led to another. And so which it caused for a bad situation to happen to me for me to run back. But at the end of the day, like I was saying, we all have went through a form of rejection. And I thank God for now we can be able to have those conversations, but healthy conversations, because nobody really wants to tell their parents like, hey, I feel like you didn't love me, or hey, I feel like you didn't want me. But at the end of the day, we have to have those conversations because it's not for them, it's for you.
The healing.
You have to get free. And sometimes getting free is hurting other people's feelings, but you're not doing it on purpose. But the thing about closure, getting closure for something, if you're trying to get closure from any relationship, from family, friends, or whatever, if you're looking for apology in return, it's best to wait before you try to get closure. Because you said,
oh, you keep. I'll wait.
Oh, you fine. So it's best to wait till you heal some before you get closure, because what's going to happen is you're going to open up a door that you're going to open up that wound, that you're going to have to repatch it back up. And now it's going to take longer because now it's going to cause more damage because you're looking for apology and they come back looking like, I ain't did nothing to you. What you looking for apology for? Now you feeling real like feisty and messed up. And that will really like piss you off. No matter, especially like relationship wise or whatever, it will really piss you off knowing that that person act like they didn't do anything. So when you're looking for closure, and that's for anybody, when you're looking for closure, make sure you're healed first. Even though you don't have to be 100% healed, but don't go into it looking for apology in return. Because some people don't even know, and some people will be in denial
that they
even hurt you.
Right. Because they dwelling on what for them, like, oh, I ain't do nothing to her. She just acting funny. She just acting like this and acting like that. So a lot of people get that. So, cause Shay was just telling me that people never knew, your mom and dad probably never knew that they hurted you. Your father probably never knew that he hurted you because they never asked you the questions. They never said, "What are you okay? What's wrong? Can I help you? What are you dealing with? What can I make you? How can I make you feel better? What you need to talk about?" And they don't ask you those questions because they're dealing with stuff on their own and they have not recovered from what they're going through. So
that's what I was touch on. I was you can set people free by letting them know how they hurt you. A lot of people do stuff, indirectly. They don't really know that they carrying stuff. And by you letting them know, you give them an opportunity to ask for forgiveness. Some people may not, accept it. Some people may be defensive, but some people aren't. Some people are real with themselves, are trying to, do better, and they just need to hear that. They need to know, so they can take time to make it better. And then that promotes healing from both ends. I think an open line of communication is always healthy with any situation. You never know what you could get past just by talking about it.
Right. And some people don't like to talk about it. They get emotional. I don't want to talk about it, or I don't want to hear that, because I don't been in a place like that where you try to talk to somebody but they make it about them, and literally it's not. You want healing, and you want, both of y'all need it, but that person don't want to deal with it because they don't know how to face it like you can. So then that's when you have to go in with God and, okay, God, I need you, explain it better.
Is there another question came? Is there a support system around you that you're engaged in?
Yes. Well, I just I have a mentor now. At the age of 35, I have a mentor, and I thank God for that mentor. Y'all, when I say I thank God for that mentor, because a lot of stuff is falling off me, and I'm getting to be lighter now. When I say lighter, I mean lighter. Like, I've been seeing clearly. I'm all about people, helping other people out, doing for other people. So, being in this group have taught me is to, I gotta stop worrying about other people and worry about Val. If I don't worry about Val, then I don't even know myself, down to about to have a stroke recently, and stressed out about a lot of things, and about family, my children, my living condition. So, nobody never said was I okay, was I all right. So SHARENIKA is somebody, like I said, she is my sister, the sister that I never had, because I don't have sisters. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. When I get in a relationship and a friend, I'm a friend. Whatever you tell me stays with me. That ain't mean I don't care if we fall out, you're not talking to me for some reason, I don't know. That's not for me to tell your business, because I'm not that type of person. That stays within me. And that's between you. But you got some people that's just not on the same level that you're on. So when they get mad with you, they expose all your business. They tell everything about you. So that's where my trust come in at. So yes, basically, yes, I have a mentor now, and I'm on an accountability group with Mark about my business. So all those those are my sisters and brothers. So they the one motivate me and push me. So yes.
That is awesome. And that I could testify to that. A good support system can take you. Oh my God! It can shift a lot of things around. And so I even saw my business with the 6 a.m. accountability call. I saw my business go to a whole nother level with that call. Did it have any more callers call in, or any more questions? Okay. Okay, so right now they don't have any more questions. So
I
let's
have a
talk.
question.
Okay.
So Valerie, when it comes to your business, how has rejection affected you? Do you think like if you go into business with somebody that are you extra guarded? Are you a share everything type of person, or do you keep stuff to yourself? Or,
I'm a share.
Go ahead.
You finished with the question?
Yes.
Okay. Me, I'm an all-around person. Let me tell you something. What God gives me, I give it to somebody else, because guess what? I'm not caught up into what, because everybody can't do what you do, and everybody's stuff don't taste the same. So I'm the type of person, I can give you the recipe. I share everything that I got, and that I always been that type of person. It have not changed, and it will not change, because the God that's in me, I want to see everybody else win just like I win. So all that other stuff, it don't get to me. When people do the same thing I do, that don't get to me. It makes me go even harder to new adventure stuff, new alerts, new things, new challenging. So no, it don't. Cause God is good in the midst of it all.
Amen.
That is awesome. So with that, now I definitely understand where you coming from with that, but I had to take a little smaller shift, because we also have to understand some people just like to ride your bandwagon. Because think of it like you in a classroom, you in a test. It don't make sense. You study all night for your test. Both y'all in class, y'all got a test the next day.
Right.
You did all the hard work and study.
Right.
And you go in class, somebody that played around and didn't do no studying, didn't do nothing, but they want all your answers on your test. Woo! So they can pass too. So sometimes we also got to discern the spirit of certain people, that even though we have a good heart and we want everybody to win, nothing wrong, we want everybody to win, but some people wants to steal your identity. Some people wants to have a takeover spirit, or some people wants to basically like just don't want to work for it. They want the success, but they don't want the process.
Amen.
Right.
And it's a lot of people, stuff look glamorous, and they just want to just jump on the bandwagon and just want you to just be put on, but they don't want to do no work behind it. It don't work like that. You got to put that same work in, even though you can help people and you can help bring people on and you can help push people to success. And also it was success defined to you. Right, because everybody defines success as different. We got another question came in. The rejection within families, is it more? Repeat. I didn't see the full question.
It said, is it more in certain communities?
It be your own community.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty
universal. I think people.
It is. It's within your family. That's why you have to step out your comfort zone and go other places. Because when your hometown know you and the people around you know you, they're not gonna be supportive like somebody else that you don't know. Like in this season right now that I'm in, the people that are a blessing to me are people that I don't know, and a lot of support. Like I said on the on my ability call. And this lady and my mentor is always in Chicago, and my mentor, he's here. Not my mentor, but my ability call, he's here in Atlanta, and that's everybody. They're all over the world. So when I tell you these people are so awesome, they are awesome. They are. When I say push you, call you, asking you, are you okay? Is there anything you can do? Sowing into your life. Cash out be going off. You don't even know. I was just thinking of you. Here go a token. I just want to sow into your business. Those are type of people that I go. And when I tell you, when I went home this weekend, that's the best. That's how I know it ain't nobody but God. I had so much support this weekend in my hometown than I ever had before.
That's a blessing.
God is good. God knows when to step in and when to do what he needs to do. We want it right then, but God say he know when it's the time. So
okay, and another thing, this is where I had to learn, because I used to get upset, and I'm being transparent with my business. My business started taking off when coronavirus came.
Yes.
That's when my business started taking off. And I used to feel like why my friends or why this support other people not support me. I had the feeling like, oh, why nobody believe in me? But you know why? I ain't believe in myself. I didn't have the confidence in myself. I didn't know my own value. So how can I expect you to value me if I don't even value myself? I'm sitting here pocket changing, charging dirt cheap, trying to meet everybody else's budget while everybody else charging what they want to charge. And I'm sitting here trying to meet everybody's budget. And the thing about it, I had to learn.
They supporting the person that charge much more, and you only charging a little bit, and they still don't want to support you.
Hold on, another question came in. Do we need to educate our kids to understand the importance of a man and a woman? What was the last part about respect?
Respect one another.
Okay, repeat the whole question.
Do we need to educate our kids to understand the importance of man and woman, respect, and then to one another?
Yes, it's very, very important. And also teach them, see the thing, this the problem that we got in life. We so caught up that we don't want to fail. Failure is a part of life.
Right.
But don't nobody want to fail. It's and I get it. It's okay. Don't nobody want to fail. But millionaires have failed. You have to fall in order to know like how to be successful.
Right.
And so
you ain't gonna learn it until you fail. Like some of us, we want to get it right. We want to get it right the first time, but that's not always the case. Like Shay said, sometimes you gotta fall to get back up and say, okay, now I know where I messed up at, so now I know where I got to make it better at. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't want to go through. They don't want to go through the shameful. They don't want to go through people talking about them, saying little slick stuff. Oh, she ain't about about their life. He ain't about their life. So oh, he bad at what she do, or she bad at what she do. But the thing about it is, growth is everything. And sometimes it takes us all to realize that we want greater, and we can. The situation can be greater.
And the main important thing why we need to teach our kids, but not just our kids, even adults, because it's sad that we even have to teach adults about respect. Even when somebody coming at you disrespectful, now it's hard because I got a strong little clapback spirit now. It's hard now. Even though I'm saved, but at the same time, it's like where I came from. Like I ain't finna just keep allowing somebody to talk to me any kind of way.
Right.
But I'm gonna correct you, but it's gonna be in love. But the main reason we need to teach them because you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching how you handle a situation.
Right.
You never know who's watching you get mistreated and seeing how you be so strong. And they were like, okay, I want to use that person to be the CEO of my company. You don't know who watching you. Like within social media, when I be taking all these social media marketing classes, and the fact that how everything virtual now, you got to be careful what you put even on your social media platform. Do it represent you? Because your social media is your resume. You don't understand who looking you up. You're going to apply for these jobs. You're going to go applying to do this. You trying to get this or get that. And the first thing people doing now, they going to social media.
Yep.
And this, okay, a question came in. Do you think certain communities have not been given a chance to progress like others? I didn't see the full question. Them coming in fast.
It says, do you think certain communities have not been given a chance to progress like others, so there is a breakdown in families causing rejection in many forms?
Ooh, I do, because your environment make a big difference. My environment changed a lot with me, to the point that now even like, okay, I'm from Thompson, but I felt like I had to get out of Thompson. I don't know what it was. It was just something about I just felt like I had to get out. And sometimes it's like small towns. It's like everybody competing with each other. Don't nobody want to see nobody do good. And everybody like it's a lot of mess. But at the same time, it have a lot of potential. Them be the most talented people in them small towns.
Yes, they do. You got a lot of talent in your hometown, and people don't burst out because everybody hating on each other, and everybody can eat. It's enough money out here for everybody. But as soon as you start or you support somebody else doing the same thing, get what? These people start disliking you, blocking you. You don't even know what reason. Because I have seen a lot of people have blocked me because I supported somebody else or I started a business of my own. And I be like, darn, now if I go try to go find that person, like, okay, I want to order with this person. I want this person to, do a gig that I'm doing. They don't block me. And then I can see somebody else tag their name. I'm like, darn, what did I do? But that comes with jealousy. Like, they're jealousy because you're supporting somebody else or somebody doing the same thing or you're doing the same thing. So that's what people have to realize. It's enough for everybody to eat. It's enough in the community. Y'all have to stick together. And y'all, guess what? The thing about it is everybody can come to one, and guess what? Man, millionaire. You can bring your town or your city or wherever you at with the gifts that God has gave you. So, but everybody don't have the same mindset.
That's so true. That is so true. Did they have any more questions came in or any callers called in?
Anybody have any questions? Y'all can ask questions.
Just a recap for new listeners. So our today's guest is Valerie Brown. We're live based out of London, UK, on Bless Radio, under Unified platform. Host SHARENIKA, co-host Jasmine, Lauren, and so basically our today's topic is about rejection, and so people are calling in and basically giving questions or sending questions based off rejection, and basically how to, even though in a negative situation, how you can turn a negative into a positive. Because we all once before have suffered from rejection before, and some people are still stuck in rejection and don't know how to move forward, and they feel like they're being hindered from rejection, don't just get stuck. And so because rejection can cause rebellions, you can make you start being rebellious. So anything that you want to ask Jasmine?
I'm trying to read between the lines on some of these questions, and I guess I'm going to ask for the listeners to Valerie. Do you think you get more support in the Black community or in the white community, and is there a difference?
Well, lately I've been seeing both, but basically it's in the Black community. But if I'm posted up somewhere or set up somewhere, in an area, I have a lot of Caucasian people to support me.
That's good. That's a blessing. So I have a question now. As for we spoke about earlier about business wise, and we spoke a little bit about it, but we didn't go into detail about you being a partner, going to business with somebody else. Would it be hard? Like, let's say right now, somebody comes to you with an offer saying, I want to do business together. I want us to get a building and such and such. Would it be like, would you automatically just shut down? Or would you consider it? Would you think about it? Or you'll just automatically just like anxiety will come in or whatever from your trust issues? Do you feel like that'll hold you back from possible good business partners, or you're not sure?
Definitely wouldn't hold me back. But I had to do some research. God said He'll never put more on you can bear, and He said, and I truly believe that. But you gotta know, you gotta have that discernment spirit. Is this legit? If I'm gonna have trouble about this person, basically, I gotta be around that person now. That's my motive now. We have to meet up together. We have to see if we're on the same level. We got to talk about these things. I'm talking about keep in contact. What's up? What's down? I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie. I have trust issues. Females, I have a lot of trust issues. So I will cut you off. You do one thing to me, baby. I will cut you off so fast, make your own head spin. So I'm learning it to. I'm learning.
Jasmine, who that sound like?
You.
I'm learning now is to yes, I'm learning though. I'm learning each day, because what God has for you, it is for you. So yes, I'll give it a try.
So that means rejection can build up trust issues, right?
Yes, and it can. Being stabbed in the back plenty of times by people that you trust, that thing will do something to your spirit. But well, yeah, I've been through it. Friends and all, I've been through it. I've been through it. I'm talking about happen, and being stabbed in the back at the same time. But guess what? I'm the type of person, I pray my way out. I'm the type of person, and guess what? Don't even hold grudge. People always used to ask me, how can you continue to talk to that person that did you like that, or talk to your baby dad, or that person stayed with you and they did this to you? Because guess what? I got a forgiving spirit, but guess I'm not gonna forget, but I know how to forgive because God is good. And I'm the type of person I can talk to you the next day. You can do me so wrong. It might not be the next day, and your conversation ain't gonna be the same now. So I ain't gonna sit here and tell you we're gonna have the best conversation because it's gonna be real blunt and simple. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. God bless you too. And I'm going by my bed. So I'm learning each day. So it's real simple. If you don't mind, another question came in. If you don't mind, can you okay, the question comes in real fast. Okay, can you ask read these again?
It says, if you don't mind, can you tell us something personal that has really damaged you a lot, and how did you cope? I can't hear.
I haven't even said that, girl. So it's so deep. I ain't even said that. But the worst thing that has happened to me and really took me to a place where I almost lost it. My kids are my world. My kids are my joy. My kids are the reason why I go hard. And for they falling out to be in their life and have no dealings with them, and they ain't did nothing to them, and I haven't did anything. And the part that they don't like is because I'll start with child support, but it ain't even much. So why are you not in your child's life? And I don't feel like my children deserve that. My children are A students. They are smart. They are very talented. And my kids got me where I am today because I had to grow up early as a child. Like literally, I had my first child. I got pregnant at 15. I had my first child at the age of 16. And I had to grow up. I had to leave my childhood behind me and grow up and become an adult, like at an early age. That means working and do what I had to do to provide for my child. Yes, and how I cope with it every day, like I was telling y'all, I used to always say, it's okay, it's all right, until I realized now, as an adult, I sat in my car, and my car is my peace. When I get in my car and I listen to music, and I was so broken because my children deserve so much. I got in my car and I cried and I said, God, wait, if I just do this and do that and call it quits, so that my children won't have to worry about money and material, call it quit. And I was like, I'm just gonna call it quit. Because I want the best for them, and I don't want them to have to struggle and be a part and saying that they can't have it, because I know they can have it. Just they father not being in their life, that's the most hurtful, because guess what? I had to deal with those things. And not because my father didn't want to be there, it's because he made wrong choices in life. And I'm here and he's in a whole nother state. So I got a quick question. So how did you know when you wanted to call it quits? How did you know, like, how far did it go, if you don't mind speaking on it? Like, how far did it go with, okay, let's be blunt, calling quits, like, you want to take yourself out? Yeah, how far did it go as for wanting to take yourself out of it? Like, what did you do anything, or did you start, like, signing the paperwork, or, like, what insurance? I started an insurance policy. I did an insurance policy on myself so that my children would be good. And it's just been a few months ago, about 2 months ago. I did that so that I was battling with so much hurt, rejection, pain,
I'm doing fine and never got a call and saying, well, you know, are you okay? Are you good? Being away from your children is the most hurtful thing, and not for that father to be in their life. And it's like, okay, maybe if I just call it quits, then maybe that father will be in their life so that they can experience the father experience in their life. Because I can't be a father, but like I said, I can always be the best mom. I get anybody the shirt off my back because that's how good God has been to me. But anything to sacrifice for my kids, and that's kind of the mindset you gotta have. You gotta sacrifice for God, and then a sacrifice for other people. And my mindset and God was like, no, you have a purpose. You're on an assignment. And the more that I kept saying I want to let go, the more I was praying, and well, God, help me to see the things that you're seeing, because right now I'm in a dark place and I need my children. I know my children need me, but I have no fight left in me. I have nothing to offer. Like, yes, I'm talented. I have so much talent. God has. When I say God is good to me, when I don't even have money, God can touch people's heart. It's to be a blessing to me. People don't even know that once I wasn't even working, I was getting unemployment, but everybody think, oh, you get unemployment. I was working at JCPenney warehouse, and the first thing they closed down our job, and I had to get unemployment or whatever, and that's when I decided to open up my own business during the pandemic. In February, I opened up my own business, and I've been going hard ever since. But to make a long story short, when I got the relationship with God and talking to God, and I was in my truck, and I was just gonna wreck my truck and just call it quits, and it was just so, I had so much stuff on my mind. When I tell you, the enemy was playing with my mind, and God was still ministering to me. And I called SHARENIKA and I said, I'm tired. I can't do this no more. I'm all out. I don't have nothing else to fight for. I feel like my family is against me. I feel like my children is against me. I feel like everybody was against me. And I couldn't get up. The more I was down, it felt like people was kicking me down. But I was still trusting God. And I'm here to tell y'all, build a relationship with God. Keep God first. Because God is what got me through. SHARENIKA prayed for me. She was on that call. And that was the only person that I would call. And I'm in a whole relationship. And I couldn't even talk to her, or, you know, because I didn't want her to, you know, say stuff or judge me. And she's an awesome person because she held me down. She have held me down through it all in my life. But I feel like you don't want to take people through the stuff that you're dealing with because they're dealing with stuff on their own, and they don't understand where you're coming from, because when you got a higher calling than God and they're not on the same level, they can't help you. So, that's when I got an invite on Clubhouse, and these people minister to me. They don't know me from a pan of cake. I don't know them, they don't know me. And when they minister to my soul about rejection, brokenness, people doing me all kind of ways, and just, they were like, your heart is big, and people just don't understand you, and you would do anything for anybody. God started ministering to me, and I just thank God, because all this come with rejection. People people that you love, people that you will do anything for, people that you will give your last to, but people didn't understand, like, you made sacrifice for people. And when I say I made sacrifice for people where I didn't take something, I decided I'm going to get to this person, let this person come up and get out what they're in. That's the type of person that I am. And everybody been new. I always been that type of person. And I never changed. Because what God has for me, it is for me. And sometimes you got to go through a storm, because when God bless you, that's what God has for you is bigger than that storm. And that's the kind of mindset that I have. Like, okay, it's bigger than that. So all I'm saying is, as long as you keep God first in everything that you do, you can accomplish anything. You can come. God said, the scripture where it says,
I'm gonna go through the questions.
Okay, God is your You can do all things through Christ, and that is so true. And you can.
Back to the last two questions, because 3 questions came in. What was the last one? I mean, the first question that came in.
Basically, there was a comment. She was saying that you're a good mama and your kids will always remember your unconditional love. And then the last 2 were questions. It says, is your mom or any relatives there to support you? And is this why you do your cake business?
I do. All I'm gonna say is,
take your time.
if you got a mama, love your mama. If you got a mama, build a relationship with your mama. Let your mama know what hurts you and what you're dealing with for you.
Hi, it's okay. Take a minute to relax. Take a minute to relax, my darling. Rejection is, unfortunately, as you can see, how it affects everyone on a different level. I mean, the sister over here has taken rejection and she has turned it into something positive. And Sharnika's taken it in her way and she's turned it into something positive as well. As we know, Sharnika does her own business. And we've got Jasmine as well, the co-host, who also has been rejected in many ways and forms, and she has also turned it around. Myself, I'm also a living example. But like you can see, and this is, well, you can hear the viewers, how we all take it in a different way. We've got a sister here who's talking about her journey, and she's talking about rejection from family, friends, community, and her only uplift, or should I say the strength, has been her children. And that's her main focus, as we can all hear. And I will say something, you're a good, strong sister. Stay strong, because the kids need you. And like you said, you just actually put a message out saying, look, go and make amends with your mama. Everyone should look after their mama and dads if they're there in their lives. Forgive and forget and move on. I know it's easily said, it's very hard, but sometimes you have to forgive to move on. And your kids will not forget what you've done. I know there are some parents out there, and the question which I think one of the commentators made was, it's not fair. I think certain communities have not given the chance. And let's be open about it. Black brothers and sisters are facing a lot of issues and problems in America, and globally as I see it. And it's not fair. They've not been given chances like many other communities have. So maybe financially, and finance plays a big role sometimes, breaking up families. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes the partner is aggressive. Sometimes the partner does not want to be with the kids, vice versa. But usually the mothers are the one that take the children on, and it's usually the females that take the main carers. And this is where I think I don't want to put the men down in any form. Please have respect for my brothers as well. I've got brothers with wives. They're really great with their women, but there are some that are not. And the majority are sisters like yourself who look after their children and they'll do anything for their kids, even with all the rejection that they've faced.
Oh, miss that word.
So I just want to come in just to calm yourself down a bit, because I know how emotional I can get. And you've shared quite a lot, and it's really nice of you to do that. So I'm going to take it to another level now. You do a business as well, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And that is your way of escaping from everything, isn't it?
It is. It take me to a place where I don't even think about all the stuff that I'm dealing with or I've been through. When I get in the baking spirit, it's all about baking, going hard. How can I make think about other restaurants that don't even sell like bakery. Oh, let me go see where they take this, or where they take my business, so I can go to that next level in my business where other people around the world can taste.
So you do. I know you said you do. You've been a mentor. You've had a mentor, And would you advise people to do consultation, because it is a taboo, in our community? Let's be honest, Asians and blacks, right? You tell them to go counseling, they look at you, go, excuse me, do you think I'm nuts? That's the the bounce we get back. Really, counseling could be helpful, can't it?
And it can. Just in this little amount of time that I've been in it, it has helped me out a lot, because all the stuff that I have held in and that was really bringing me down, and to release those things, and sometimes it takes for you to release things to people that don't know nothing about you, because a person that knows something about you, the first thing they'll start judging you, and they don't even know the other things that you suffered. They only know what they heard. So I like the fact that my mentor is somebody that I don't know. So just talking to her, and then she prays for me, and even when I'm asleep, she praying for me. So that is a lot. Even when I say I need to talk to you, I can call her. So I mean, it's a lot. Waking up in the middle of your sleep, when God waking you up and you like, okay, God, what is it? What is it? 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, like I get up, like that's the time that God deals with me, in the late night hours, early morning. So it's like, okay, God, what you trying to tell me, or whatever. So, and then I start having like these dreams, and I call and like, okay, what this dream mean, da 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 da. So everybody, a mentor is always good. I don't care how old you are. A mentor, whatever is gonna get you where you need to be in life, go for it. Mentor is the best thing.
I was gonna ask you that question. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what advice would you give to the young girls out there, and then obviously the middle-aged, and let's be honest, there are older women out there as well who are in situations where the rejection has become a norm for some girls and women. They see it's okay, I'm being rejected, but I'll still carry on. It's okay. It's like an abuse, isn't it, really?
Right, it is. Because
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go on. Thank you.
You go ahead. Okay, so yeah, that comes with like a lot. Like people keep, I was that girl, I was that young girl, I was that lady, and now a woman. And I always say, it's okay, it's all right, I'm good. Oh, just rub it on the road. They're gonna judge me. That's why that people say the stuff they say about you and to other people is because they know they don't did things to you that wasn't right. And so as myself, I'm always saying it's okay, it's all right. When it's not okay, it's all right. So now that this stuff is coming forth, and it was dealing with me a lot, because I have swept a lot of stuff on the rug. And like I said, mentor is the best way to go. Ladies, girls, women, I don't care how old are you. A mentor is the best. So it's best if you know somebody that's mentoring, or they got something saying, dealing with mentor, join, because this has helped me out a lot, and I'm learning to know myself and my purpose.
Was there any more questions that came in? I think those are all the questions, but yeah, I can speak on that too. I know a lot of people when you say stuff like that, people start looking at you. People call me crazy, but that was the best thing I ever, because with me, I thought I had it all together. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. I was just holy roly. You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I had it all together. In like 2019, God was like, "Oh, like who you think you is?" And so, but I started learning a whole lot about myself. And it was like a humbling process, and it was like, oh my goodness. And so when I end up linking up with, I got therapy, got a mentor, accountability, and which I see our accountability coach is on live. Yes. And so even like speaking on that, I was the type of person, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I wasn't submissive. I didn't like to submit. And sometimes when your father was missing, or let me rephrase that. If you had problems with your father, sometimes it'll cause submission problems. So in relationship, it was hard for me to submit to a man, because I am an alpha female. Mm-hmm. And so I struggled in my love life, because it was like, oh, it is what it is. I don't need you. I I get on my own. And so I struggle with submission. So, but don't you know what you do in the natural is what you do in the spirit. I struggle with submission in the natural. Therefore, I struggle with submitting to God in the spirit. But I didn't recognize that until I got counseling and therapists, and I started loving on me and doing self-care, self-love, and learning myself. So I was like, hold on, I'm thinking I was submitted to God when I really wasn't even submitted to God. So I learned a lot about myself during. I will refer anybody to encourage anybody to get counseling and therapy. Like that, I mean, that was the best decision I ever made in my entire life, because nobody tell me nothing. Like somebody telling me what to do. Like even with accountability, when I first signed up, who you talking to? Like I didn't like nobody give me directions. I didn't like nobody correcting me. Like you couldn't tell me about me. No, I can correct you, but you couldn't correct me. No, it don't work like that. You don't operate like that. So I had a pride problem. I had an ego problem. I had a submission problem. And so the more I got counseling therapy, the more I got deeper in God, the more that stuff was breaking off of me. And so we have to go ahead and deal with that stuff. And we got to face what we don't want to face. We got to confront, because how can you overcome anything you're not willing to confront? So you have to confront those things so you can go ahead and overcome it, because you can't overcome nothing you ain't willing to confront. If you ain't confronted, you ain't overcame. So we have to get that place of whatever issues that you have, whatever that you struggle with, you have to confront every area in your life so you can move on, move forward, and move to the next thing. But the bigger the struggle, the bigger the problem, the bigger the blessing. So the more people reject you, that every no gets you closer to your yes. So thank you. That means you're not for me. So we also got to look at rejection the opposite way, and not look at rejection as in something bad. Because you reject me, oh, that means I ain't for you anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Because I didn't have to go pray about it. I didn't have to go there, because you just basically gave me an answer up front. So every no gets you close to your yes. And but now that we also have to think about, sometimes rejection is there to protect you. Back to what Valerie was explaining about her kid's father, and maybe it was meant for him not to raise them. He probably was just meant to bring them in the world, but he probably would have contaminated if he would have helped raise them. So sometimes everything happens for a reason. So sometimes certain parents are not meant to be there to raise you, because you probably would have been worse if they would have raised you. So we also have, okay, another question came in. Is there any books you would like recommend for people to read with rejection issues? Well, I don't want to plug my own book. I'm just going to go ahead and plug my own book. Hustle Through the Pain, it talks about rejection. The prayer journal I have also talk about rejection and give you strategies. Other good books, T.D. Jakes, The Crushing, that is so good. The Boundary book, books about boundaries. Do you have any books that you recommend?
I have a poem I recommend.
Yes. Yeah.
I wrote a poem on rejection. I will share.
Yes, and are you ready to give that poem? I'm so country, y'all. It's okay.
I got something to say. I gotta say this because I gotta put this out. So it's two guys that messaged me. My accountability guy, Mark, he told me how proud he was of me. And for get that from a man means everything. This other guy messaged me, and he was just like, I love you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of the things that you're doing, keep going hard. Those are the things that you need. Sometimes you need a man to confirm those things, because women can say that all the day, but do some women really mean it? Sometimes, no, they don't. It sounds good to them, so they say, oh, this will sound good to her because she's a woman, because she'll just, take everything to heart or whatever. So when you get things from a man saying those things, when I say that, it make you go farther. And in that place right now, that's where I'm at. And my daddy do get on my posts. He'll come in and be like, I love you and I'm proud of you or whatever. Getting that from him, it means a lot too. And like I said, I just really want want to really build a relationship with my father, spending time with him, visiting him, coming here, I'm going there, and really build a relationship with my mother. That's why I tell everybody, it's never too late to build a relationship. But if that person don't want it, sometimes you gotta let it be and just go with the flow, because you don't want to continue to lay in rejection from that person that don't want to deal with you. Ask for forgive them and keep it moving. So that's what I'm in my life right now. If I see that you ain't trying to make it no better, you trying to do it, then guess what? I give it to God, and guess what? I'm gonna live my life. And we have a surprise. Jasmine did a poem about rejection that can also reach another group of audience that connects with the street. So Jasmine, she's gonna do her poem live for you guys.
Okay, I entitled this "The Voice of Rejection," and I prayed for God to give me the words. I asked Him to help me to minister to someone who's dealing or has dealt with rejection, maybe feeling a little discouraged, not knowing how to keep going, or not knowing how to, pushing God to do so. So this is it. The voice of rejection. My pride tells me I'm okay and that I'd rather be alone. That I don't need to feel accepted because I can't miss what I've never known. Fear tells me to be cautious. Better yet, don't try at all. Because you can't get hurt from the ground. Only when you stand, you chance to fall. My pain tells me to remember, to never forget the way it hurt. Like a reflex of muscled memory, my personality introverts. Experience says don't trust. Vulnerability makes you weak. Everyone is out for themselves, and no one respects the meek. My inner self tells me I'm worthless, and love is too expensive to buy. That effortless love is just a myth, a sober fool chasing a high. But when I tune out all the noise, I can still yet hear my heart. Buried beneath all my vices is the hope for a fresh start. Like a childish forgiveness, a contradiction to a proven fact, a paradox unexplained, a constant need to refract. My heart tells me to listen to my spirit, the spirit of He who is within me, a constant voice of acceptance, a receipt of victory. His spirit says I am powerful, loved, and sound of mind, so I cannot fear the world because of His peace He left behind. His sacrifice says I am healed, therefore victorious over sin. So I will forgive because He forgave me and blessed my soul from within.
Yes.
The voice of God says I am accepted, and in His love there is no separation. So I cannot be rejected because in Him I am a new creation.
Amen.
His plans for me are great, which brings perspective concerning my pain. He will never leave nor forsake me, so it is always His will that receives the gain. The meek may not be respected, but glory belongs to God alone. And He says the meek inherit the kingdom, so I will rest at the mercy of His throne.
Oh, wow.
That is so powerful.
That was deep.
Man, look at God.
That was deep. I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I love it.
And that format will help someone.
Yes, it will.
With rejection, because everybody don't know how to put the words to how they feel. Sometimes we can't. You know how sometimes you can go through something, but you don't have the words for it. You can't like. It's hard to put the words with it. And also another thing to encourage people. Sometimes it's hard to share with other people what we have going on with dealing with rejection. Find someone if you don't have anyone, pray God lead somebody to you that you can confide in, because we got to kill this mess that everybody say that, oh, ain't nobody loyal, or I don't trust nobody. We have to be able to trust somebody, because guess what? Like I said before, what we do in the natural is kind of similar to what reveals in the spirit. If we say we don't trust nobody, we have nobody we trust, most likely we might don't trust God, because God uses people. So if we don't trust nobody, and we don't trust nobody that God put in our path, we might have a trust issue with God, and we have to deal with that as well. And so, but it's so important to get that off your chest and not hold stuff in, because we're not meant to fight by ourselves. We're not meant to be alone. Like even the Bible say we are created to be with other people. So we're not meant to be by ourselves. So it's better to have other people fighting with you. It make the fight easier. If you're fighting by yourself, you're gonna feel drained. You're gonna feel beat down, like the enemy, like come like thief in the night. Like literally, like I'm telling you, it's so much easier when you build a brotherhood or sisterhood, people that you can depend on and that you can trust, and that y'all like your brother's keeper, your sister keeper, and you can just vent to that person and just get it off your chest and release it. Because guess what? If we hold everything in, we might do that with God. We might hold everything in with God and don't even though God know everything, but sometimes God want us to cry out to Him, or say something to Him. And so that by itself is like just going to somebody, venting, somebody that you can trust in, confide in. That's a lot. Like literally, it helps a whole lot. And so, do we have any more questions? And thank you so much for that poem, Jazz. That was from Jasmine Lauren or Jasmine Williams. Let's see here. Do we have any more questions came in? Or any more callers came in? And just another recap to our new viewers that's on live. Today our topic is rejection. We have our guest speaker, Valerie Brown. She in Georgia, and this broadcast, this radio show, is based out of London, UK. And so people can call in. It's based out of London, UK, and our topic today is basically rejection, and it's based out of Bless Radio, and it's under Unified Platform. Just a recap. And so the host, SHARENIKA, Lachey, co-host, Jasmine. And so also, I will post a link on the page with the website, or Bless Radio website. So if you missed the beginning of the show, that you can tune in on the website, because I know United States, you're not able to call in unless you have the international number, unless you can but yeah, you can catch it also on the website, and we'll post that website link for you to follow up with. Did any more questions come in? Let's see here. Okay. Thank you.
Is Unity still on?
Yes, I think Unity is still here. You still on, Unity? Okay, she probably stepped away. So
No, I'm here, darling. I'm here. I'm all the way with you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so do you have any questions, Jasmine? If not, I'll just ask the question.
Yeah, out of all the stuff you went through, Valerie, what keeps you faithful? Because a lot of people get discouraged after going through so much.
God, prayer. When I say, I just stay in the Word. I minister my music. The music just minister to my soul is what keep me going. Just knowing that I have children that I have to continue to fight for. Because my 11-year-old, and he motivates me a lot. That's what keeps me going. He always tell me, "Mama, it's gonna be okay. Mama, I'm gonna get us a house. Mama, I'm gonna do this." So it's like, "Mama, we gonna get through this together. Mama, I love you." And those are best words that you can hear from a child when you're going through. Even though it'll break you and make you cry, holler, scream, run around the high like you got the Holy Ghost. But just keeping God first and just watching my children grow up, and just to get their text messages saying that they love me, or they sending me their grades, the grades that they made, A and B students. So that keeps me going, and knowing that that God has a purpose for me, it keeps me going, and that I'm on an assignment, and that God is elevating me to that next level in ministry. So I'm very thankful.
And I have a question. And then Jasmine, let me know if anybody have a question to come in. My question is with rejection, because I know some people do this, and I can testify on that on my behalf. I did it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever feel like that you had to prove a point to people and did stuff to try to prove a point? As in, like, okay, for example, with me, with my rejection, and the people that rejected me, now I felt like I had a point to prove, like, oh, I want you to feel like that I'm doing good. I want you to know I'm doing good. I want you to see I'm doing good. Like, did you ever at one point in your life feel like you had a point to prove to people that rejected you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. I never want to do the things that were told to me. People that was close to my heart, the things that they said to me, the rejection that I got from them, it made me go hard. And it's like, so when I go around, it's like I gotta be doing something that they said that what I wasn't gonna never do. So, with that welfare mom thing, and I'm not a good mother, the stuff that was told to me is I had those things told to me. Your mama don't love you, not to me but to my children, things like that being told to them. I knew the devil was a liar, and I feel like I had to prove myself. And God was like, why are you trying to prove yourself? Because you shouldn't be trying to prove yourself to people. Let me handle this. So it has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with it. So yes, I've been the type of person try to prove a lot to people and try to let them know that I did it, I accomplished, and I'm still going hard. So yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, that is and that's something hard to admit. I didn't realize that until I had children. And that was like, oh, you feel like you got a point to prove. You want to be Lord over your family. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, it didn't feel good. Somebody telling you that, I'm like, nah. And then I started just break down crying, and I was like, and I would start thinking about my life and start thinking about what I was doing. And I was like, no, yes, you do. You feel like you got a point to prove, because they said people call me dumb, people call me slow. I was gonna never graduate from college, and so I felt like I had a point to prove, like, even with going to college, like, because when I first went to college, I was going, but I never thought I would graduate, because, like, even though those titles being put on me that, oh, you dumb, you slow, you this and that, and it was like I was trying to prove a point that, oh, I'm successful, and so when I first started out, it was like the fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. I had a point to prove. And then so literally I had, when I went through my counseling stage, I got completely broke down, all the way down. I felt so small, but I got built back up, and I got to a place like, I don't care what you think. And success means different for everybody, because the thing about it, when I didn't have nothing and I was sleeping in my car, people still were jealous of me, because you know why? They had everything and I didn't. They were jealous because I had peace and I had joy. So material stuff didn't make me have joy. I had joy within. And so when the stuff started to come along the way, it was real, it was natural, so it just added to the joy I already had. So some people try to get joy out of material stuff. People try to get joy and peace out of different stuff, but a house can't make you happy, a relationship can't make you happy, or whatever else, all of this stuff, if you don't have true joy inside. That's why a lot of people, that these celebrities or these well-known people or people with a lot of money, they have all these things, but you see something in common with a lot of them not really happy. And you got all this stuff, you living good, you got everything that you can think of, the typical dream, but you still not happy because it starts within yourself. Mm-hmm. So we have to deal with our inner side. We have to deal with those areas that you don't want to deal with and face those things that you don't really want to touch on and face. And touch on the most embarrassing thing. Because the thing about it, the most embarrassing thing to you can be what make you the most money. Mm-hmm. That I'm a testimony of that. Like with my situation, my testimony, I stayed quiet about that for so long because I was so ashamed and embarrassed. But what embarrassed you, what you feel like that's an embarrassment, might be what make you the most money. And also to clear things up with a disclaimer with the rejection topic that we're talking about today. So even though we're speaking on things and we telling testimonies, look at it as in like, oh, she telling all the business, or she's this and that. This what you call releasing. You release something, and you release it in love. Because I once felt like that. I stayed quiet, and I'll be transparent. I stayed quiet for a long time. I battled with rejection with my father and my mother. And outside looking in, everybody like, oh, y'all got this perfect family, this and that. Y'all never go through nothing. Y'all never go through nothing. And the thing about it is, I always felt some type of way because it was like my brother always got glorified and nothing I did was good enough. So I started doing stuff just to try to get validation from my parents. And so I felt some type of way. I was like, nothing I did was good enough. And so when I was getting love from the streets, that's what I ran to. And so when I got older, even though I was lashing out and explaining stuff to my father about, you hurt me, you did, so you did. And we said some stuff that we shouldn't have said out of hurt. But as I grew older and I told my testimony, even in my book, is not to bash him. It still was in love. It's still just saying what I went through. Me and my family have the best relationship we ever have now. Literally the best. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say it and how you approach the situation. And so he never understood. He thought I was trying to slander his name. He never understood, like, why she keeps saying I wasn't there for her. Why she keeps saying I rejected her when I always loved her, this and that and third. But like Valerie said earlier, sometimes a parent can think they loving somebody and not really loving somebody because they wasn't loved properly. Another example, my mama. My grandma had like 20 kids. It's no way possible that she can love all her kids the same way. No way possible. 20 kids. So all my aunties and uncles and my mama, like everybody was split up and different people raised them, or some raised themselves, whatever. So it's no way possible that she was able to be a mother to all. I mean, that was back to back. And so a lot of stuff my mama didn't understand that I wanted those taught. I wanted somebody to teach me about like my personal bio or this and that, or tell me about this, tell me about that, or don't do this, don't do that, or whatever. And so it was like I was getting that love from someone else, and our other people was telling me this. I'm like, should my mom be telling me this, or should my daddy? But I had to understand when I grew up that if they wasn't loved properly, I couldn't expect them to love me the right way. So when we give these testimony, or when she give her testimony, or whoever come on the platform giving their testimony, it's out of love and they're just sharing what they're going through. But this not to belittle nobody. This not to tear anybody's character down. This not to make someone look bad or anything like that. It just basically sharing like this how I felt, and this what I had to do to move on from it, to heal, to move on from it. So just to put that out there or whatever. Is there any more questions that came in?
And all this negative, like I just
got like 15 minutes left.
Yeah, I can't deal with the negative, like negative. This, like I said, I have a lot of boldness now because this is something that I would have never done, like tell all the stuff that I'm dealing with in my life and my being rejection from family and friends and people that's close to me, to my heart, that I love. And when you can't talk to them, or they judging you, or they listen to what somebody else say, it really breaks you into millions of pieces. And to that stage of last year in it was November.
October.
I think it was in October, where I was just broken into like million of pieces. And that's not, it's like, because you be want to talk to people, as soon as you can just be real with it. Like, to be honest, I really don't want to hear that. And then they take it to a whole nother level. They get mad, they get angry. Don't talk to me, this and that. And you cannot get your point across. And that what hurts the most, because with me, I don't held all this stuff down. I don't held all this stuff that I've been dealing with ever since I was a little girl. And I'm just birthing out all this stuff that has weighed me down for all these years. And dealing with my children, father, like, I literally, like I said, my daughter finna be 20. I have carried all this weight on me. And every time you would try to explain, or you would try to get a point across, nobody didn't want to hear it. Nobody knew where you was coming from. Everybody thought you were just being mean. And everybody know I don't have a mean spirit in my body. The only way you piss me off, you got to really go there with me. Because it take a lot for me to get mad. It take a lot for me to get upset. So what I'm saying is, whatever you're going through, build that relationship. Talk to that person about what you're dealing with. Because some people cannot take the stuff that they have gave you and you give it back to them. They can't do it. When I say they can't talk, you can't talk to that person. The person that hurt you, you can't talk to them. You can't talk to them because they swear that they haven't done nothing to you, that it's okay. Oh, and people look at it like, oh, they got a perfect relationship. Oh, they got it going on. Yeah, people make stuff look real pretty, make it look real good in person. In life, they'll make it look real good behind closed doors. It's all hell. When I say hell, I mean hell.
Have you been physically abused by your parents and your partner? So you're lucky in that sense where it was more verbal and more emotional with you, yeah?
I never been.
No, she's not. Yeah, was it verbal, or did it also be domestic violence with being hit on?
Never. Not domestic violence at all. No, I ain't had those problems. My mama didn't. Not my mama, nor like my dad didn't know hit on me, all that other stuff, and relationship wise, no.
So it's just verbal stuff.
Yeah, it's just verbal stuff. Cause baby, I probably wouldn't be sitting here if it was that case. But I'm just being, cause I'm the type of person, I'm gonna take you that I'm gonna fight you. So, but
that's
no,
good though in a way if you think about it, because a lot of most of our communities, they come from parents that are either very abusive and physically. So it's good to hear that some parents are not abusive at all. So your rejection mainly came from friends and families and partners because they never helped you and they sort of didn't agree with you, or they didn't agree with like little aspects in your life, and that kind of rejection made you the person that you are today.
Yes.
And it actually built you up, really, to be honest. And you're like I said, you're a strong sister here, and it's good to know that that you're taking it in a positive manner, and you're still agreeing to the fact that just because if one man is bad doesn't mean they're all bad. There are good men out there, and there are also good sisters out there.
Yes, it is. And it don't, like I said, it ain't come with me getting beat, like none of that. I have not experienced nothing like that, because I'm gonna go to war. That's just the type of person I am. So, no, I didn't have it. Just the love wasn't there. The care wasn't there. The question wasn't there. Like, are you okay? How can I help you? It's like if I ask for something, I ain't got it. Or no, I ain't.
Cold. It was a cold relationship. Yeah.
Right, it was a cold relationship, or they'll be like, I'm gonna do it and then never come through, or I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna do that for you, and then it never shows up, or so it's never there.
Not having a support system,
right?
Because when I see
you opposite now, are you totally opposite to what your mum was with your kids now, aren't you? You're giving them more love and more respect.
Yes, I do, and I tell my children, respect goes a long way. When you got respect, I tell my children, respect. I don't care who it is. You can respect your adult. I don't care. You gonna respect, and that's a lot. And I really thank God that my children do respect older people, because I only my God, I tell you, I will break a step for them. I'm talking about, I would do what I had to learn. I just learned that. Yeah, I just learned that in December. I had to. Sometimes you gotta cut. Sometimes you gotta cut things off that mean the word to you,
and take a step back.
And realize you're not obligated to always do. And I was that mother that I always feel like I was obligated to do because I didn't have that.
But also, like we discussed, sometimes we seek validation as being a good mama, and so sometimes we'll feel like, or a good friend, cause or whatever relationship. I felt like the same way. Like, okay, well, let me flood them with gifts and flood like a friend. Because I felt rejected, and so okay, I want them to feel like I'm a good friend. So let me do this, do that. Or I want, like, even my child too, I want her to feel like I'm a good mother. So let me do this, do that, do this, do that. And the child wasn't even, only thing the child was talking about the caring, showing love on me. They weren't even really looking at the material stuff, whatever. So sometimes it can also be seeking validation that I'm a good mother, or I'm a good friend, or I'm a good whatever, a good daughter, or whatever it is. And then we realized that we started operating out of false obligation, out from validation, if that made any sense. But so we got, let's see, 8 minutes.
So I want to say this too. So when I tell you with my family always, to be honest, before, like, I don't know if God was trying to just show me something, but my family always been a supportive family. When I say support, I'm talking about my aunties and my uncles always supported. Like, they always, like, anything. Like, if I got into a rut, like, where I couldn't pay my bills, or I needed somewhere to stay or something like that, they will always open the door for me. Or if I couldn't do something for my children, my aunts, they gonna go to war. They gonna make sure that I have. And I have a cousin that helps me a lot too, with my baby girl. So when I tell y'all, it, they are, my family always been supportive, but sometimes God take you through a thing where He have to pull you from it, and things have to happen. So when things have to happen between your family, God grows you and let you know. God said, I am the head. So, and I am first. So never put people before God. So, and that's how it's been, because I always used to put my family before anything. And so now that things are rocking now, God's showing me, I got you, and I told you, you don't always depend. Because if anything go wrong, I will always go run back home to my auntie. I will always run home, go back, because I always knew that she got me. If nobody else got me, and I have another aunt that do the same thing. So all I'm saying is, I have had a good support system when it comes to my family and stuff like that. But the people that you wanted
for that.
You said what?
God for that.
Yes.
So before your guest leaves, if she could say something or give a strong message out to everyone out there regarding rejection, and how she can, the viewers, and how she can empower them.
So basically, give them a word of encouragement how to deal with rejection in the positive way.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna say. I love you guys first, but God loves you best. Always keep God first. It doesn't matter what be thrown to you. All the lemons be thrown to you, just make lemonade. And when you can't do nothing else, just stand. Just stand and ask God is to move on your behalf. Tell God, I can't do this thing by myself, but God, I need you to help me with this walk. God, this walk is too hard. This thing that I'm trying to do is too hard. God, I need you to lighten this burden. And when I tell you, God will do all things, but you got to trust God in the midst of it all. I don't care what it looked like, what it seemed like. We all know that God sit high and He look low. And He'll get you through what you're dealing with today. So just trust God and keep God first, and make sure that you keep your prayer life.
Yeah.
Prayer
Faith.
life.
Keep your faith.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep your faith strong.
Keep your faith.
That's right.
I I don't care if it's small as a mustard seed, like they say in the Bible. Just know that God will bring you out in a situation that you're in this season and what you've been in your whole life. But you got to submit yourself to God and know that He's a God that can work out anything, because ain't nothing too hard for God. And I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much to your guests. But before we go, obviously, to the viewers out there, these two sisters, they are sisters. Sharnika and Jasmine. They're actually connected all the way from USA. And I want you all to please tune in on Tuesdays and listen to these two ladies and their guests that they're going to bring on every Tuesday. UK time 10 to 12, and America time is, Sharnika?
It's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. in America.
Right. And what area is that, Sharnika?
We in Georgia.
Georgia. Please, guys, support these two young ladies. It has been their first show today, and they're going to carry on, and they're going to be absolutely fantastic. And I know, so we will need to support them. Tune in every time they come on. And I'm going to leave it to them to say goodbye and give a few words before we all say goodbye to one another. So Sharnika and Jasmine, over to you.
Yes. Jasmine, you have any words that you want to encourage the people before we leave?
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for listening, taking time to hear us out, and just stay prayed up, stay faithful, and turn all your negatives into positive.
Man.
Sharnika.
Oh, okay. So, I should have been thinking of something.
No, be yourself.
Right. So, all I want to say is trust the process and don't be result oriented. Sometimes we get so focused on we want to see results. I want to see results. Sometimes the process, you're not going to see results in the beginning. Sometimes the process, the results is inside of you. So you might don't see the results right then and there. So you have to trust the process. And a lot of times with our community, we don't want to go through nothing.
Yeah.
Understand, the bigger the test, the bigger the testimony. And you're qualified for it. So just trust the process and trust that, like I said earlier, God prepared a table before your enemies. But if you get rid of all your enemies, how He going to prepare the table? We want to get rid of everybody. How He going to prepare the table if we get rid of the enemy? And get rid of the enemies. He said He made the enemies our footstool. Where the stool going to be at if we don't have no enemies? If people are talking about you, if people are slandering your name, people are rejecting you, people are belittling you, that's what make you qualified. Thank God for the people that put their mouth on you, because that's what promoting you to the next level.
Amen.
You're not qualified. The enemies qualifies you. So thank God for the people that coming against you, because they elevating you. And that's all I have to say.
Nicely put, Sharnika. So what do you think, Sharnika, before we go? How did you feel today? It's your first day today?
I loved it. It was a little nervous, but
like you said, we're all in it together, and it's a unity.
Hi, Unity. How you doing?
hey, Bless.
I was just listening to you guys. Now I was listening because there's another studio in the building, so I was listening in the other studio, and I'm saying like I was gonna get involved, but I thought it was quite interesting. It was kind of interesting, so I didn't even say a word today.
Thank you, Bless.
You guys got me quiet. They got me quiet today for a change. You know, they were so interesting.
Yeah, Bless. You gotta say hi to the guest, man. Come on.
Oh, come.
Jasmine.
Well,
And Jasmine.
hi, ladies. I mean, you done. I mean, it wasn't even a show. It was just a real talk. You know.
Yes.
It wasn't a show. It wasn't a show for me. It was a real talk, and it was going on so real that sometimes you have to let God do His work. You understand? So
Yes.
I just let it go. And I just said, this is not my space. I didn't say a word. I go, this is not my space. That's all the Spirit was telling me.
Thank you for the respect, Bless. Thank you.
Nah, man, it's good, man. So next week I will join in, but this week I had to kind of sit down because it was very emotional and real. So that's how it is, man. A lot of people go through things, and it's good that the platform's there to share to talk the thing, to talk the real thing, to talk the truth. You know
That's
what I mean?
it. That's what it's about, Bless.
Yeah.
She's gonna talk the real thing, and this lady sister did.
Yeah,
She got very
Sarika.
emotional, so I had to actually stop it for a bit, and I actually intervened. So
Yeah, you
she
done
got herself
well.
back together collectively, and then we started talking again. But it's all real talk, Bless, and it needs to be spoken. It needs to be said.
No, it was said very well. You know what I mean? Just real talk. I saw it like got real talk. When them a talk real, them just a talk real talk. You know what I mean?
Say hi to Jasmine. She's on the other side.
You know, so yeah, can't wait till next week and thing. And yeah. We're gonna talk the thing next week. I got nothing more to say than boy, God
Okay,
is
thank
real,
you
you
so
know what I
much,
mean?
Bless.
God is real for real. You know?
All right, Shanika, do you want to round it up, darling? It's your show.
Thank you. All right. See you next Tuesday.
All right, stay
Okay,
blessed,
darling,
girls.
bye-bye.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right, cool.
Bless.
All right, Unity.
Yes, Bless.
Right, I'll put the show up on the website for the ladies, yeah? Because
Thank
it's their
you.
first show, I just put it straight up on the website.
Yes.
Thank you, Bless.
So if you go to
Bye,
blessradio1.com, you will see.
Bye.
Bye, girls. Right, so if you go to
Yes,
blessradio1.com, you will see their ladies show right in front of your face. You know what I mean?
Yes, please tune in. And everybody, please support these sisters, both of them coming from USA.
Yeah, and next week we want to talk about what's going on with the politics and the lockdown and how it's affecting the
Yeah.
people as well, you know?
Yeah.
So Unity,
Thank you so much, Bless.
can I be excused now? Because you had me here for
I know, my darling. You are a blessing in disguise. Thank you.
I'm not even in no disguise. I'm in a chair actually, sitting down listening to you.
Stay there.
All right,
Stay there till
lady.
next Tuesday.
All right, so stay blessed, and next week we're gonna talk some other things. We've got a couple guests coming in. I don't even know who I'm gonna bring in next week. I got somebody to
Take
come.
it.
No, I got
Bye,
somebody.
bless.
I got somebody. Take care, ladies.
Bye-bye.
All right, cool.
Bye.
We need a revolution to keep the youth them out of separation. We need a revolution to relieve the youth them frustration. We need a revolution to keep the youth them out of separation. Ooh, yeah. A revolution to relieve the youth them frustration. Whoa, now everybody wants to fight for peace, still them can't get no justice. Everyone wants to fight for peace, still them can't get no justice. The next generation, how them are gonna live their lives? Through all this war and strife, we got to fight for peace in this